Empowered. Live your life to the fullest. Author, Wagner.
3 ways to become a better you. All of us dream of self-betterment. All of us imagine versions of ourselves that are more badass, more successful, more confident, and more attractive. In fact, this is one of the most common tropes that you see in the movies. Characters in films, books, and TV will almost always go through a kind of transformation at some point, or realization that sees them emerging stronger and greater than before. This is the apotheosis in Joseph Campbell's monomyth, and it is a clear sign that a drive for growth is ingrained deeply in the human psyche. So, how do you go about becoming that better you, super you? In this presentation, we'll explore 3 strategies that can make a huge difference. 1. Become stronger. An easy way to upgrade yourself is to become physically stronger through weight training. This has a profound impact on you as a person. First, becoming stronger will improve your appearance, your confidence, and your attractiveness. On top of that, being stronger will make you more formidable in combat and better able to take care of yourself. You'll become better at sports. You'll improve your metabolism by altering your hormones, and you'll be more handy whether you're moving furniture or opening jars. 2. Meditate. Just as you should strengthen your body, so too should you strengthen your mind. Meditation will help you to better react to stressful events, to increase your IQ and your concentration, and to increase the very size and weight of your brain, the most important parts at least. This is a transformative practice, and something that everyone should engage in. 3. Learn. The other crucial thing that you can do to become a better version of yourself is to keep learning. Keep learning and discovering, and you will keep your brain in a plastic state, constantly growing and making it much easier for you to take on new skills, while fortifying you against age-related cognitive decline. Learning means reading books and taking courses. It means learning languages, instruments, and skills like engineering. These skills will each give you new abilities that in themselves will make you a more useful individual and more self-sufficient. But at the same time, learning should also mean learning through travel, through experience. If you get yourself out into the open world and explore, you will gain a more rounded personality, a broader view of the world, and deeper understanding. 5 ways to reduce stress in your life. Stress is the big obstacle that stands in the way of your happiness and your success. Stress is what leaves many of us too tired and drained in the evenings to do anything productive, and it is what can lead to depression or illness if left unchecked. Unfortunately, though, our lives are filled with stress in this day and age. Keep listening, then, and discover some of the best ways to reduce stress in your life. Meditate. Meditation is an incredibly powerful tool that trains you to focus the mind. This puts you in control of your own attention, meaning that you can now choose not to focus on the things that are making you stressed. Most people who take up the practice of meditation report that it helps them to feel much calmer and deal with stress better. Go minimalist. You probably don't realize just how much stress is caused by clutter in your home. Living in an untidy house is incredibly stressful, and so is the process of regularly tidying it. Less stuff equals less work and more mental space. Get a hobby. A hobby can be a great way to reduce your stress. If you can put your attention on something like painting, playing an instrument, or reading, then it will provide you with an escape from whatever is making you stressed at the time. At the same time, the sense of progress and accomplishment you can get from bettering yourself in a hobby will also make a huge difference to your mental state. Learn to say no. One of the easiest ways to make yourself stressed is to attempt to please everybody all of the time. Unfortunately, this is a thankless and impossible task, and a one-way ticket to burnout. Avoid it by learning to say no to requests and to occasionally turn people down. Change your job. Perhaps the thing that is most likely to be causing stress in your life is your job. If you find that you are bringing work home with you, that you are constantly stressed, and that you dread Mondays, then you may want to consider changing your job. At the end of the day, your happiness and your health are far more important than your career, and you might be surprised how easily you can find something more rewarding and fulfilling. How to create a morning routine. In his book, Tools of Titans, Tim Ferriss examines the habits, strategies, and philosophies of some of the most successful people on the planet. From startup entrepreneurs to Hollywood actors to musicians to software engineers and athletes. What is surprising looking through this excellent book is just how many things these great individuals have in common, just how many commonalities there are between such a diverse cast of characters. What Tim found, among other things, is that almost all of these interviewees had some kind of morning routine. They all had some series of habits that started their day. Looking online, it's clear to see that many other successful people also encourage this practice. So, how do you go about coming up with a morning routine of your own, and perhaps emulating some of their success? Wake up earlier. One of the first crucial tips if you want to get more out of your day is to wake up earlier. If you wake up early, then you'll have more time to get yourself in the correct frame of mind before you launch yourself out into the open world. This is something a lot of people struggle with, but it can make a huge difference to your life if you can overcome the urge to hit snooze. Meditate or journal. Once you're up, one of the best things you can do is to engage in some form of self-reflection. The challenge for many of us is that as soon as our day starts, we're forced to launch straight into responding to emails, dealing with complaints, and generally being reactive. Start your day in a calm manner and reflect, and you'll be better able to handle this barrage. Exercise. If you plan to exercise at the end of the day, then you will often find yourself too tired and strung out to do so. This is often the reality. Exercise before your day begins, though, and you'll always know that you'll always have that under your belt before you begin. This will also give you a boost in energy and an early win, both of which will help you to start your day right. If you don't feel like working out, then doing some yoga or just some stretches can also work well. Other activities. If you time your wake-up well and give yourself enough time before you need to leave the house or begin work, then this is also a good time to practice a hobby, do some reading, or catch up on the news. Anything you'd like to become a regular part of your day, add here. How to find your life's purpose. Imagine going on a journey and not knowing your destination. Chances are you wouldn't get anywhere very useful anytime quickly, and you wouldn't use your fuel in the most efficient way either. This is how many of us live our lives, just kind of drifting without having any real sense of purpose or destiny. If you can find your life's purpose, then you'll be able to take more control and set a course that will result in a better life for you and your family. But how do you go about finding your life's purpose, your passion? Something that will make you leap out of bed each morning with enthusiasm and vigor. Keep listening for some tips and advice that will help. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that their life's purpose needs to be just one thing. They may, for instance, think it means that they need to pick a career they want or a hobby they're passionate about. Most of us have more sides to us than that, however, and that's fine. What you should aim to do instead is to find common themes between your objectives and your priorities. Find what it is about the things you love that makes them so important to you. If you can find these common themes, then you can often uncover an underlying motivation. Ask yourself some questions then. What do your heroes have in common? What things do you enjoy doing? When was the last time you felt a real sense of purpose and joy? What is it about your approach to life and your hobbies that sets you apart? Using this information, you can now begin to create yourself a guideline or an ethos. This is your mission statement, a statement of intent and a way of branding yourself so that people better understand what you're all about. It should be no more than 2 sentences long. Be completely honest here, and know that there are no wrong answers. Don't force yourself into a mold or try and choose a mission that you think is appropriate. Instead, write a mission statement that is an honest and natural reflection of who you are. Oh, and one more thing. Don't be afraid to change that mission statement over time. We are changing people, and our goals and interests evolve with time. Loyalty to an older version of yourself will only hold you back. How to meditate in 3 steps. A lot of us spend a good deal of time in the gym, training and improving our bodies. We know that this is important for our health, for our performance, and for our physical attractiveness even. But what we spend a lot less time doing is working on our minds. This is a big mistake, however, as training the mind is just as important, if not more important, than training the body. What is the best way to go about training the mind? Many would argue that the answer is meditation. The only problem is that a lot of people have no clue as to how they should get started with it. Here's how to do it in 3 steps. Step 1. Find somewhere comfortable and quiet where you can sit with your eyes closed. The aim is to be comfortable enough that you aren't constantly having to shift in place, but not so comfortable that you're in danger of falling asleep. Cross your legs and rest your hands on your thighs. Set a timer for 10 minutes, or however long you want to meditate for. Step 2. Now the aim is to completely clear your mind by focusing on just one thing. Depending on the type of meditation, transcendental, mindfulness, this can be one of many different things. You can try to keep your mind empty of thoughts. You can try to observe your own thoughts without engaging with them. Or you can hum and focus on that sound. Another popular option is to light a flame and watch that. Step 3. Each time you find your mind drifting and filling with irrelevant thoughts, simply bring it back. Don't punish yourself, and don't worry if you occasionally have to move. Just quietly note that your mind wandered, and then try to focus it again. This is all you are really doing. Practicing focus. How to upgrade your sleep to achieve more. Sleep is one of the single most important factors in determining our performance, happiness, and health. If you aren't getting proper sleep, then you will wake up feeling tired, groggy, and less focused and driven. If you aren't getting proper sleep, then you'll actually be literally less intelligent. As studies show, you'll lose numerous points in your IQ score. You'll be more prone to mistakes, more likely to have accidents, and more likely to start dozing off before the day is over. Over time, lack of sleep leads to poorer athletic performance, increased likelihood of illness, reduction in attractiveness, and a shorter lifespan. All these changes and correlations aren't only seen when you sleep less than 4 hours. If you aren't getting the full 7 to 8 hours your body needs, bearing in mind individual differences, then you won't be performing your best, and you'll be doing long-term damage. Moreover, it's crucial to understand that quality is just as important as quantity, if not more so. So what can you do to upgrade your sleep and start achieving more? Keep listening and find out. Get into a routine. One of the most important ways to improve sleep is to get into a routine. The body is designed to run to schedule. It prefers cycles and rhythms, and these allow it to prepare itself hormonally, etc., for sleep. Try to go to bed at a similar time every day, and wake up at a similar time every day too. Use a daylight alarm. This is an alarm that will wake you by gradually getting brighter in the morning to mimic a sunrise. This is far better for your body's natural rhythms and means you aren't startled out of sleep in a pitch-dark room. Try the right supplements. Stay away from sleeping tablets like melatonin. These can be too strong and leave you groggy in the morning. In the long term, they may lead to dependence. Instead, try the powerful magnesium threonate for an immediate sleep boost that will help you doze off in a natural and effective manner. Manage your environment. Of course, good sleep hygiene also means keeping your room dark and quiet as far as possible. Even more basic is just making sure that your bed is comfortable and supportive. A good mattress is one of the best investments you can make. Don't scrimp. Why gratitude is important for your happiness and success. The self-help industry has made a lot of money from encouraging people to continuously push themselves forward and chase after goals. We are constantly reminded that we need to set goals and targets, come up with plans, and then chase after them. We have to stay hungry and keep on going after that next thing. But lately, there has been something of an evolution in this teaching, and more gurus are starting to remind us that it is equally important to just stop, smell the roses, and remind ourselves what we have already accomplished. Because there is a very good chance that you have already accomplished a great deal. You probably live in a nice home. You probably have friends and family that love you. And no doubt, you have your own accomplishments in your career. You've probably traveled places and seen things and done things. And there is lots to be grateful for. From your health, to the fact that you're living above the poverty line, to the curves your partner sports. You have things to look forward to. Things like the sun on your face in the mornings, a delicious bowl of cereal, a movie coming out that you're excited about, a holiday that's booked, and a good book in bed tomorrow night. If we constantly focus on all the things we want to change and all the things we want to accomplish, then we'll miss all the things we do have. And this leaves us constantly dissatisfied, constantly unhappy, and constantly running on that hedonistic treadmill. The Stoics teach us that events don't shape our mood or mental state. We shape our mood and mental state in the way that we react to events. The Stoics further recommend that we take time to fortify ourselves against future hardship by reminding ourselves that bad things happen and preparing ourselves for every eventuality. But it is equally important that you remind yourself to react to all those good things that happen to you. Take 5 minutes to write down 3 things you are grateful for every day, and you will feel happier, more energetic, and more accomplished. And this is what will give you the energy and spur you on to do even more great things. Practicing gratitude is perhaps one of the most important changes you can make if you want to start living an empowered life. Start now. Why journaling is a powerful tool for self-betterment. If you want to improve yourself and to become a better version of you, then there are countless strategies and practices you can use to make this possible. Knowing which of these practices are the most useful and are worth your time is one of the most important steps to successfully developing yourself and becoming better. And journaling is certainly one of the most useful. Let's see what journaling really means and why it's such a good practice. What is journaling? Journaling is the simple practice of keeping a diary or a record of events. This can be a brief annotation about your day, or an in-depth exploration of your feelings and of what happened. Which kind of journaling you choose will depend on the amount of time you have and the way you like to write. Likewise, it is up to you if you want to use the Dear Diary format, or you want to be entirely removed and write in a more clinical fashion. This is your space, and your rules are the only ones that need apply. The power of journaling. Either way, journaling provides you with a very powerful tool that will allow you to reflect on the day that has just passed. This is important because it will allow you to remind yourself of what happened during the day, and therefore to give yourself a better chance of remembering those events for longer. This also provides a record and context for your life. When you read back over your journal, you'll get a much more vivid version of events than you would do by relying on memory alone. Countless studies show us just how fallible our memories are, and how this can lead to cognitive bias and poor decision-making. Journaling may also help you to better accomplish your goals. You should write here not just about the past, but about your feelings and thoughts, and what you want to achieve for the future. Doing this will help to consolidate your plans and improve your chances of making them happen. Journaling can even strengthen your emotional intelligence by forcing you to come to terms with your own emotions. This is very important for your health and your ability to function and thrive in the workplace and in relationships. The very act of writing, especially using cursive, has also been shown to have a lot of benefits. This is great for boosting your IQ as well as your fine motor control. Why knowing your purpose changes everything. Want a quick hack to improve your happiness, your drive, your attractiveness, your confidence, and your success? Then find your life's purpose. Okay, so it's not really a quick hack. Discovering your life purpose can be hard work, and it can be very elusive for some. But once you know what you're all about, you'll find that everything comes easier, and you are a more accomplished and successful individual almost overnight. In this presentation, you'll discover just why finding your purpose makes such a gigantic difference, even to the way that others see you. Discovering your life purpose means knowing what makes you tick, understanding your passion, and knowing what it is that will best pull you out of bed in the mornings. Discovering this passion makes all the difference to you as a person because it gives you the enthusiasm and excitement for your projects and for your trajectory in life. Have you ever met someone who is truly motivated and driven, who is brimming with excitement for the subject they are discussing? These people are more animated, they gesticulate more, and they enrapture their audience. Someone who is truly passionate is infectious. They can make you excited about topics that otherwise would have no meaning to you. But most of us never get to this point. Most of us are too focused on the boring and the mundane. And this is also going to negatively impact on happiness and on motivation. You see, when your goal is just to get a promotion in an unrewarding job, you will find that you're much less motivated, much less excited, and that you possibly even struggle to wake up in the mornings. Moreover, we need growth in order to feel like we are moving forward, and that our life has meaning. When we stagnate, we begin to decline. When we aren't moving forward, we become listless. Life loses its color and seems pointless. And purpose is critical for success, too. In order to be truly successful, you need to work your very best. You need to have drive and motivation. You need to wake up in the morning excited to start your work again. In order to feel that way, you first need to do something that you love, and you need to find that purpose. Without that, you'll only ever give a fraction of your full potential, and as such, you'll fall short of achieving your fullest. Why you need to focus on your body to improve your mind. Everyone knows that they should improve their health and fitness. Everyone knows that going to the gym is important for them. But some people just aren't interested. Often, these are people who are more concerned with intellectual pursuits. These tend to be more studious types who are content to spend their days programming, reading, or cooking. Other than finding a partner, they have little need for working out. What if I told you that working out was one of the very best things you could do to improve your brain power, to become more intelligent, more focused, and better at learning? What if I told you that the entire way you think is based on your physical body? Keep listening and let me explain. It is common knowledge that exercise boosts brain power. We all know by now that training with CV or weights will improve your memory and your IQ tests. What you might not realize, though, is just how profoundly connected the body and the mind are. This is something that is relatively new to science, too. It is a subject called embodied cognition, which posits that our understanding of the world comes from our physical interactions with it. When someone speaks to you, or you read a passage of text, you understand the meaning contained with it in an almost unconscious and automatic process. That's because you know English. But what does this really mean? What is the brain doing in order to understand the words that it is reading? Psychologists once answered this question by saying that the brain must translate the English into a base language for the brain. They used the term mentalese to describe this hypothetical language. Subsequent research has looked at how mentalese might really work. Brain scans appear to show that when we are being told something, we understand it by mentally picturing what is happening, or a representation of the meaning. So when someone tells you about the time that they went into the woods and it was cold, your brain visualizes you being in the woods and the world being cold. It can do this only because of your prior experience of being in the woods. In your brain, the very same areas light up as though you were doing those things. When you speak in more abstract terms, you still relate it back to your physical experiences. In other words, you use your body to interpret and understand words and terms. So, I'll leave you to imagine what a difference good health can make.
Don't miss out on more life-changing audiobooks in the future. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.